how wise my meditation works is you're trying to access the part of you that can combine both emotion, mind, and reason. What do I mean by this? Say, you have a salesman. This is the example that's given in the workbook. You have a salesman who has a history of quitting a lot of jobs. He gets a new job, and the supervisor says nice things about it. Everybody says he's doing fine, but he's convinced that that's going to end in failure, and so he quits, or he doesn't try, and it does fail. So, his decision to quit or not to try is made based on emotion. He felt that something was away, and then he made a decision, and it hurt him. But on the other hand, we've all heard of people who make their decisions based on quote-unquote reasonable mind, where they don't have anything else. They have no emotions. They can't recognize other people's emotions. And so, as a result, they end up being sad and miserable, or just making bad decisions in general. So, emotion, mind, and reasonable mind, right? You want to use both an understanding of your emotions and how you feel, and the rational logic of the facts of the situation to make a decision. But it's difficult to get the focus to be able to do that. So, I will say that this scientific principle is a little more metaphorical than scientific. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm about to explain. Don't be patient. But, so your gut, when people talk about getting a gut feeling, well, we do know that the enteric nervous system in your gut is actually so complex that it can operate on its own, and it can generate neurotransmitters that create feelings on its own. Right? So people think that's where the term gut feeling comes from. Whether or not that's true, when you begin this, you can set an alarm 3 to 5 minutes and practice this exercise until the alarm goes off. Then as you get more accustomed to using this technique, you can set the alarm for longer periods of time, 10, 15 minutes. Some people meditate like this particular wise mind technique of connecting with your quote-unquote inner self. Some people do this for hours each day. It can be very relaxing and very rejuvenating. It can feel good. So, to begin, find a comfortable place to sit in a room where you won't be disturbed for as long as you sit and turn off any distracting sounds. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, do so to help you relax. Now, locate the bottom of your sternum on your rib cage. You can do this by touching the bone in the center of your chest and then follow it down towards your abdomen until the bone ends. Now place one hand on your abdomen between the bottom of your sternum and your belly button. This is the center of wise mind. Take a few slow, long breaths and slow. Feel your abdomen rise and fall as you breathe. Imagine your belly as you breathe in. Feel it deflate as you breathe out. Feel the breath moving in across your nostrils and feel it blowing out across your lungs. As you breathe, notice any sensations in your body. Feel your lungs fill up with air. Notice the weight of your body on the seat in which you're sitting. With each breath, notice how your body feels. And allow your body to become more distracting thoughts, just allow those thoughts to leave you without fighting, without getting stuck on them. What I mean by that is recognize the thought. Don't CBD it right now. Don't answer it right now. Don't find where it's wrong or right. Recognize that you have the thought and move on. Let it think itself. Don't fight it. Just let it be. Then move on. Don't let it stay there and be stuck. Sometimes it helps people to visualize a cloud floating away, or a box where the thought goes into to be dealt with later. I find the second one helps a lot. Notice the weight of your body. Continue to breathe and focus on the center of wise mind. Resting on your stomach. As you focus your attention on the center of your wise mind in your belly, gut, notice what appears. If you've had any troubling thoughts, problems, or decisions that you have to make in your life, think about them for a few seconds. Then ask your center what you should do about these problems or decisions. Notice what thoughts or solutions arise. Don't judge whatever answers you receive. Just note them to yourself and keep in and out. Continue to focus your attention on your center of wise mind. If no thoughts or answers come to your questions, just continue breathing. Now continue to notice your breath rising and fall. Keep breathing and returning your focus to the center of wise mind until the timer goes off. Then, when you've finished, slowly open your eyes and return your focus to the room. Now, once you've had practice locating your wise mind center, you can check in when you're going to make a decision. You put your hand on your belly, and you can check in and feel how you feel about that decision. There is a caveat to this. The point of this exercise is to calm you down so that you can use your rational mind as well as your emotion mind, right? I think it's weird how they call it emotion mind and reasonable mind. They could just call it your emotions and your frontal cortex, but whatever they want to call it, you want to check in with your wise mind and give yourself a chance to make that decision clearly. Check in and feel, does it seem like a good decision? If not, maybe consider some other options. Learning to make reliably good decisions about your life is a process that evolves, right? This is just one way that it works for some people. The difference between checking in with your gut this way and just relying on emotion mind is you can ask yourself, when you made your decision, were you being mindful of both your emotions and the facts of the situation? In other words, did you make the decision based on emotion mind and reasonable mind? If you haven't considered the facts of the situation, you're being controlled by your emotions. You're not using wise mind. Sometimes we need to let our emotions settle and cool, right? If you've recently been in a very emotional situation, whether it's good or bad, right? Good things can be stressors too, even if you just got married or something like that. Give yourself enough time for your hot emotions to cool down so that you can use reasonable mind. Ask yourself, have you considered the facts? Also ask, does it feel right to you? If you check in and you feel nervous or bad, maybe that's not the decision you want to make. Or maybe you're just nervous because you're excited about trying to do new things. Over time, you kind of tell the difference between good and bad nervous feeling. One thing that helps is you can examine the results of your decision, right? You can kind of learn to feel, okay, I felt this, and then I made that decision. Was that a healthy decision for me? if it wasn't, then probably that feeling isn't what you want to use to make a decision, right? So you can look at the results of how you made your decisions, and then what the decisions were. And sometimes people say to keep track of it, like you can write them down. Like, I made this decision. This is how I felt when I made that decision. This is what I was thinking of. These are the facts that I considered. Do I like that decision? And if you don't like how it turned out, use a different technique next time. Feel different. But it really helps to use the wise mind center. Sit there and make your decision. So, I hope that that's relaxing or helpful. Yeah. As always, I have the whole playlist